kamu, ఇది అవ్వలేదు మాది అవ్వలేదు.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon,
Shall
sir.
I,
Yeah,
shall I
yes,
start,
sir.
madam?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll share my PPT.
Sure, sir.
Let me give me. Okay. So I'll start from adaptive wavelet neural network. Just stopped in the morning session. We discussed till this point. Okay. It's visible, no, ma'am? Screen? PPT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Right. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. I'll continue. So in the morning session, we have seen. So I told you about the wavelets. Wavelets are the tiny wave which can increase and decrease its amplitude with a fixed time period. The parameters A and B will call as translation and dilation parameters, which can nothing but they will reflect the length and breadth of the a wave. So the main advantages feature in the wavelets is wavelets are adaptable. Already mentioned in the morning. Wavelet analysis is advantageous when compared to the Fourier series. Fourier series analysis only for frequency analysis, variable frequency analysis. But whereas here, time varying frequency analysis can be done using wavelets. So especially your wind signals and your solar variation, nothing but they're varying with time varying frequency signals they are. So especially to forecast wind and solar power, these wavelets are the best tools. Next one is the Mexican hat wavelet. I mentioned the shape is like hat, so it is a Mexican hat. Coming to the parameters, the same parameters we are using, same architecture I am using. Why? Because I want to compare BPNN, SCNN, AWNN. If I want to compare means I have to use the same architecture for these three neural networks. Then I can compare them. Which one is the best in terms of efficiency wise, forecasting Effica is better in which case, that I can easily find out. Multi-resolution analysis. So, okay. In the multi-resolution analysis, I mentioned in the morning, we will have total samples can be subdivided into approximate quotients, detailed quotients. Approximate quotients can be denoted with A or S, okay? And approximate quotients used to analyze the low frequency signal, detailed quotients, high frequency signal. So like that, what is the training algorithm here is, after multi-resolution analysis carried out, wind speed time series, each decomposed signal is forecasted using AWNN individually. And again, inside algorithm is same back propagation algorithm. The output function computed by the WNN is differentiable. Ultimately, minimize the mean square error, MSE. So our ultimate intention, whatever will be the type of algorithm or whatever will be the type of network that we are using, our ultimate intention is to reduce the error. Okay, after multi-resolution analysis, each individual component, let's say here 7 samples are there, 7 times we have to forecast, 7 plus 1, 8. 8 decomposing signals, 8 plus 1, 9 times. Okay, original sample, next 7 decomposed. Original sample, again 8 decomposed. So here inside, so mathematical analysis, let's say here the Mexican hat wavelet can be represented with 1 minus x square into e to the power of minus 0.5 x square. That is the inside hidden activation function. Generally in the neural networks, I mentioned that we have the activation functions. Okay, the neural networks generally we are having activation functions. simple mathematical activation function, sigmoidal function 1 by 1 plus e to the power of minus x. But whereas coming to wavelets, okay, we are having activation function 1 minus x square into e to the power of minus 0.5 x square. We have to differentiate. We have the mathematical procedure. We have to differentiate and adjust parameter wise. Finally, this translation and dilation parameters I mentioned, A and B are the translation and dilation parameters. They can be differentiated and adjusted. I already mentioned they are adaptable coefficients. According to the problem, they will adjust. We will differentiate and adjust to the value. After the training algorithm is same as back propagation algorithm 1 to 30, 31, 32, 61, like that the 18 to 30, 80 patterns. So 18 to 30 in one training pattern, 30 samples, 2400. After 2008, 24812, 2510, 2481 to 2510 samples, 2511 to 234. These are the same figures. But here the beauty is decomposition. The decomposition, what happened? The several levels of decomposition. You just see, just now we have seen in the morning session also I told you the decomposition, and now just now also I told you about decomposition. Here what happened to the decomposition is from D1 to D7 and S7. Okay, from D1 to D7 and S7, all the signals you just see. These all individual signals are forecasted. Okay, all these individual signals are forecasted and added by using WMTSA to get the original wind signal. So after individual forecasting and adding, so finally, so Mexican had 7-level decomposition. If you follow, so individually. For individual signals, the absolute percentage is 7.6, 5.8. Shall I continue or some? Okay, 7.6 and 5.8. So like that, the mean absolute percentage error is 9.6. This is the actual and forecastings the Mexican had using. These are the pictorial representation. So similarly, Mexican had 8-level decomposition. So we have to decompose it to 8 levels. So signals is D1 to D8 and SC8, total 9-level decompositions. After this, we have to forecast to SC8, D8, D7, D6. Total values are D1 to D8 plus this 8 samples plus SC8. Then you will get the original wind signal. So here individual forecasting and adding. Thereby we can avoid the non-linearities. We can easily avoid the non-linearities. Nothing but filtering. Already mentioned you. Like that the 9-level decomposition D1 to D9 and S9 total 10. So again, just followed by after 10 or 15 minutes, I will show you in the hands-on session the Excel sheet also. After MATLAB programs, I will show you. So after that, how I copied, everything is already done. I'll just show you in a glance within 5 to 10 minutes. Analysis we will do in this individual MRAs, multi-resolution analysis. Next one is the wavelets. We can use a different type of wavelet. Mexican had Morlet. This is the Morlet wavelet. Same decompositions, but forecasting using Morlet wavelet. That means what is the change between the previous one to this one? Inside, previously we have the activation function was Mexican had wavelet function, but now Morlet wavelet function is the activation function. That mathematical function is different. Rest of them is same similar procedure. So I have to measure all the statistical parameters in order to estimate the efficiency. So this is the comparison table for all Mexican had and Morlet in all the case 7-level, 8-level, 9-level. Here also 7-level, 8-level, 9-level. Just now we have seen all the tabular forms. Everything is tabulated here at a glance. So here if you see 8-level Morlet, 8-level decomposition giving the best results. Error percentage is less than 7%. Nowhere you got this percentage. 6.922 is the best. Correlation quotient is highest 0.943. So 94.3% efficiency. So like that, all the errors are less, and the correlation quotient is very high in the case of Morlet 8-level decomposition. So at a glance, we can compare the BPNN to the SCNN to the in the wavelets. We have it's not audible.
It's audible.
Okay. Somebody posted. Okay. So now forecasting using BPNN, the initial first traditional forecasting neural network, it's a statistical parameters. Using SCNN, it's a statistical parameters. In the wavelets, we have multiple cases, okay? Total 6 cases. In the Mexican had 7-level decomposition, 8-level decomposition, 9-level decomposition. By using Morlet wavelet as activation function, 7-level decomposition, 8-level decomposition, and 9-level decomposition. In that, the best one is 8-level. That 8-level wavelet, Morlet wavelet decomposition is compared to the BPNN and SCNN. Of course, ultimately, the Morlet 8-level decomposition is the best suitable. If I summarize the things, Morlet wavelets are best suitable for analyzing sudden variation. So for wind speed forecasting, this kind of wavelets are the best suited. Among all these methods, Morlet wavelet with 8 levels of decomposition gives minimum. Okay, the MAP 6.92, all statistical parameters just now, they are the best, in fact, in terms of correlation factors also. So therefore, ABLNN with Morlet wavelet with the 8 levels and 9 levels of decomposition have shown better results compared to the Mexican wavelet. Among these two, Morlet wavelet 8-level decomposition wind forecasting results relatively accurate. So this is about our forecasting analysis. So here one can ask me, sir, why you have taken 7-level, 8-level, 9-level? Okay, if you tried, why don't you try 10-level? Why you have stopped the 9-level itself? I already mentioned you, the decomposition levels depends upon the number of inputs I have taken. 7 levels, okay. Then I tried for 8 levels, 9 levels also tried. Even I could try for 10, but 10, then what happened? 7, 8, 9 I tried, I tabulated, even I tried for 10, but what happened? There is no substantial change if I go to 10 or beyond, because that parameters get saturated. I could obtain the best results at 8, so I stopped. So I do not want to go beyond that. Even I am going beyond 9 also. Compared to 9, 8 is best. When compared to 10, 9 is best. Ultimately, 8 is the best. So increasing 7 to 8, showing the best results. So I went to 9. In fact, I went to 10. So after that, I am not getting any better results. I stopped at 10. So I tabulated till 9, 7, 8, 9. 8 was the best. So what is my application forecasting? In terms of my forecasting application, I have seen this was the best. So I have stopped there itself. See, this is trial and error method only. So one example, I really remember when I was in 8th, there was a question in the mathematics. Find out root 2 value. Okay, find out root 2 value. So root 2 value is some 1.414. So how we tried in school means, I really remember the procedure. So trial and error, converging and diverging. We'll take the two limits. If it is diverged, we'll obey that. So like that, till convergence. So 1.4 whole square is 1.96. Okay, if I take some 1.5 whole square is 2.25. I have to reduce 1.4 whole square is 1.96. I have to increase. So it should be between 1.4 and 1.5. Next, I'll have to go to 1.49. I'll check 1.41. I will check whether I should increase or decrease. So like that, the converging point is 1.414. This or no? The majority of the mathematical sum methods, if you go to the numerical methods, the trial and error method, the approach. So here also, I tried for 7, I tried for 8, I tried for 9, the tabulated. In fact, I tried for 10, but ultimately I found the 8 was good. Similarly, so because if you go to any research, especially in the PhD or anywhere, generally what happened? So just they'll present maybe some 50 slides or 100 slides. N number of trials they have made. Finally, they tablet only synopsis they use it to present, only the synopsis. But ultimately, they have taken this methodology means first they have to done the literature the best one. Definitely they have to do 1 or 2 extra methods. Then only they have to able to compare. They have to first do the benchmark methods. After the benchmark methods, traditional methods, best methods, how to improvise by changing the parameters, values. In fact, here in each forecasting methodology, whether it is BPNN, SCNN, ABLNN, the parameters I'm taking as in fact your learning rate, neta, momentum factor, all such factors, number of training patterns, inputs, hidden nodes, okay, number of iterations, everything I am kept constant. Because while I was working in the traditional method itself, I have tried in the multiple ways. Finally, I fixed it. So those parameters are good parameters. Next, the methodology. So I'm fixing the parameters. Next, going to the methodology. Which method? Which method? Which method? So final obtain things. These parameters and this method are the best suited for my particular application. Okay. Now I am concluding this. Okay. So, ma'am, the morning session. After that, we have one more hour. At least we have to go for at least 4 o'clock. So till 3:15 or 3:20, I'll go with the next things like hands-on sessions. Afterwards, again discussion. Ma'am, morning you told few of the questions, right? Few of the questions were left. Can you ask me now so that I'll clarify? Next, I'll go to the practical wind and solar information followed by hands-on session, again followed by discussion at the end.
Sure,
To
sir.
repeat
Sure,
those
sir.
questions?
Sure,
Yeah,
sir.
I'll answer now. Yes.
Sir, I remember only one question, and because I collapsed it, I couldn't see it.
Okay, okay, ma'am. That question you tell. If
So,
anybody is there at the 3:30 or 4 o'clock, they'll interact if
sure,
they
sure,
have.
sir. Say they were asking about
they were asking.
notes, W's and notes, sir. WS and notes. Whether they can use
WS.
MRR technology using
Yes, ma'am.
WS and
At
notes.
that, yes, yes. At that time, I mentioned that they have to interact with the person. I don't know what is the WSN. If they could explain me that problem, I can answer to them.
Yeah.
And at 3:30 or 3:40, we'll have a session. By that time, if any persons your doubts were not addressed in the morning session, you please interact with me after 1 hour. Mostly within 1 hour, I'll wind up all these things. We'll meet at around 3:40. Yeah.
Can we
Please.
use the neural network for optimization?
Can we use?
Neural networks for optimization technique.
Definitely, sir. Optimization means first you have to define what is that optimization technique. See, optimization technique means subjected to the constraints we have to change. Okay, according to me, optimization means maximization or minimization subjected to constraint. It may not be go to the maximization or minimization based upon our constraint, it will change. If you exactly tell that problem, because optimization is a broad sense, okay, particular to any particular problem means I can address generally yes, but problem to problem it may vary, but in general yes, because that is broad sense. Optimization is a broad area. So if you tell the particular optimization technique means I can tell in general we can solve using neural networks, the proper coding. With that we can.
Another question was like,
Because in the neural networks also, sir, actually this is I am speaking about only supervised learning neural networks only. We have so many types: unsupervised, reinforced learning, unsupervised learning. That is only topic. In unsupervised, we have plenty. In the reinforced learning, we have a plenty of applications. Yes, sir. Any questions or?
yes, sir. Another question is,
Yeah.
how to change the weights? It was like last question was that one only, sir.
How to change the weights? Yes,
Yeah.
sir. So weights changing. Okay, I'll answer this question because that question was not clear whether he is saying whether he is asking with respect to ACNN or BPNN. Then I'll take in the broad sense. I'll answer in these two cases. First of all, coming to the BPNN. Okay, BPNN changing the weights means based upon the error. That's what I mentioned. Okay, the BPNN here it's a supervised learning. The output is already fixed. The target is already fixed. Okay, just a simple example I am giving you. Okay, maybe this especially during the war times, the missiles, they have to put a target, they have to achieve the target. If they are unable to achieve the target, what they have to do? They have to adjust. They have to adjust the maybe that length and everything. They have to adjust. Finally they have to hit the target. So here also the same. The target is fixed. Let's say target is maybe wind speed should be 10 meters per second. By obtained 9 meters per second. Then I'll find out the error. Based upon that error, weights will be changed. Actually, gradient descent algorithm, this is actually one mathematical procedure will be there. If you download any back propagation algorithm, the steps he will given. Based upon that weights, it will be adjusted. Actually, further hand calculations will be there in, if you refer Vijay Lakshmi Pai textbook, okay, hand calculations. Just he will take only simple 2 by 2 technique. That only we can do that by hand. If it is 3 by 3, 4 by 4 problem, we can't do. Just 2 by 2 matrix, he will take the inputs as 2, the hidden layers as 2, output as 1. Further, he will take the calculations and he will explain. Okay. But ultimately, based upon error, that delta learning rule, we'll call it as a delta learning rule. Based upon that, we will adjust. Coming to SCNN, we are not going to adjust the weights. In the SCNN, there is a mathematical procedure. The main aim of the SCNN is WLSSC, weighted least square technique. The ultimate intention is the sum of the squares of the deviation should be minimized. Deviation means error, that should be minimized. So based upon that categorization, we will estimate the weights by using the Gauss elimination method between input to hidden and hidden to output. That's a mathematical procedure. Okay, at the end, I'll show that SCNN paper at a glance, almost 10 pages paper. If we go through that, at least we have some idea how calculated weights. That is about the weights calculation. Shall I go to the next topic or any still questions, sir?
Yes, sir, we can move.
Yeah. Okay, next topic means the practical approach. Okay. Here I will show some videos. This is the practical wind turbine. The University of Politecnico di Milano, Italy. And in that campus, we worked on this particular wind turbine. This is horizontally axis wind turbine. This is the wind turbine. What is actually, if you look at in the other side, the colors is visible. Okay, this is almost like 8 years back photo in my research group. Okay, so initially that people coming and directing that. Here is the Solar Tech information, Solar Tech lab on the rooftop panel. Okay, one by one I will share the documents and the data as well. This is the specifications of the wind turbine. Okay, wind turbine, it is vertically axis. Okay, so here the columns, the first column is in Italian, the second column it is English. So potenza D picco, peak power, actually peak power is 1363 watts wind turbine. It is diameter turbine, that means turbine diameter is 1 meter. The turbine height, at what height, and the area, the swept area. Area means the swept area of a wind turbine. The rotation will be like this. It's not horizontal axis, it's a vertical axis. It will rotate like this, not like the fan like this. It will be like this, the rotation. So all this starting speed, cutting speed, and everything. So supply starting maximum wind speed 25 meters per second is the cutout speed I mentioned. See, once again, I am telling this cut-in speed, cutout speed, rated speed. In general, we have to speak. Okay, that is based upon the design criteria. This is like you know about the domestic transformer and power transformer, right? Okay, domestic transformer, you will get maximum efficiency. They will design in such a way that in the domestic transformer, you can get the maximum efficiency near to the offload, around 50%, 60% of the load. Coming to the power transformer, 90% and 100% of the load. Okay, that is based upon the design. How you can design iron loss is equal to copper losses, X is equal to the fraction of load, where you have to get the maximum efficiency is equal to somewhere formula like under square root of iron losses by full load copper losses. Some formula will be there, right? Based upon that, we will get the fraction. We have to design in such a way that the fraction is near to unity in the case of power transformer, around off in the case of domestic transformer. Yes or no? So why we will design in such a way? Not we. Why they designed in such a way?
Because their power transformer is continuously loaded.
Yes, sir. Generally, power transformer operate most of the times near to unity load. Domestic transformers in general near to the offload. Yes or no? So based upon that, we will design. The same thing here. If you want to design a wind turbine, first you have to identify a location first, whether it is onshore or offshore. Okay, whether it is onshore or offshore. Okay, what is the most probabilistic wind speed? You get the history of data. What is the most probabilistic? Take one calendar year, let's say 2020 calendar year. What is the most probabilistic wind speed? So based upon that, what is the ratio of gearbox? I have to fix everything. Here we have to use the optimization. Within the economical cost, optimization is within the economical cost. We have to design everything. So based upon that, if we design my cut-in speed at 2, it is good. 3, it is good. Rated is 12, it is good. 13, it is good. So based upon that, we have to work. Whatever the specifications, cut-in speed 3.5 meters per second, 12 meters per second rated, 20 above around 20 or 25 meters per second. My calculations, I told for 25 meters per second only, 90 kilometers per hour. Everything based upon the location. First, you have to identify location, whether it is onshore or offshore. Because offshore density is more. Because within the ocean, they have more denser air. Okay, air coming from the sun, dense air. Okay, and probability of wind speed is more. Like that. So multiple factors will play a role. This is in general. Okay, so the turbine height, area, even he mentioned about the variable. So rotational variable speed, what type of a generator we will use, whether DFI, GSCI, GPM, SG. Okay, double fitted induction generator, permanent magnet synchronous generator, spiral gauge induction generator, or any DC generator. So it's up to you. So based upon the type, how much. So this is the expected wind power curve. Okay. So we have done this experiment in the laboratory. How we have done, I mentioned you. I will show you. See, this is the up height we maintained. Okay. This is the up height. So artificial wind will come in this way. Somewhere in the back side, the artificial wind will come. So that how can I estimate the performance characteristics? In order to estimate the power characteristics, okay, sir, actually optimization techniques book, in fact I called to my friend, he is not lifting the call, but one thing I can assure, Rupesh sir is there, right? Neha sir is in touch with me for the past 15 to 20 days and past 1 month. Sir number is there with me. Once he lift my call and he answer to my questions, definitely, if possible, screenshot of that book, otherwise title of that book, I'll share it to sir. I think you will have a WhatsApp group, I think. Definitely for FDP, you will have a WhatsApp group, right? In that
Yes, sir.
WhatsApp group, sir will forward to you. The moment I share it to sir, sir will forward in that. Okay, I'll mention that name regarding optimization techniques, something I'll mention for sure, sir. I remember I called in the afternoon session, but sir is was not lifting my call. Okay, definitely I'll call you. I'll call him again. I'll get you know. Okay, so once again, let me tell you. So in order to estimate the operating characteristics of the wind turbine means, starting from 3 to 25, you have to operate everywhere. Less than cut-in speed, you have to operate. Less than 3 or 3.5. Around rated speed, around 11, 12. In between some values, you have to operate. After that, around in between 15 or 20, you have to operate. After that, 25, you have to operate. You have to show all these curve, right? At least this curve. This curve. You have operated. The procedure I have shown you just now. Okay? They fixed that. The technicians come and fix that. So afterwards, they have to use one motor. Okay, it has to give the wind speed starting from 3 meters per second to 25 meters per second. Here, if you observe here, well, vento means wind in Italian. If it is it visible, well dot vento. Well means velocity, vento means wind. Wind velocity is 4 meters per second. So starting from here. So at that time, turbine speed is 45. Well, turbina is turbine, 45 RPM. Well, vento. So this is tempo means actually time. Okay, tempo means time. So time to potenza means power. Potenza means power. So time to power. This is like wind power curve with respect to time. How the wind power is varying. So here time is 17:04. Evening 5 o'clock to 5:42. So almost like 38 minutes. We have done, I remember 2014 February. This analysis we carried out during 2014 February. Okay. Here if you look at, well, wind speed is 11 meters per second. So like that, the different speeds. So finally, till the point of reach to the cutout, you just observe here. Okay, this is the practical study we have carried out in the energy laboratory, the Department of Energia. The Italian Department of Energy is Energy Laboratory, Politecnico di Milano. So Politecnico di Milano is one of the best university. By the moment I reached there, 150 years celebrations are going on. 1863 established, 1863 to 2013, one of the top university in Italy. In Europe, top 10 ranking, the worldwide top 100 ranking, in Italy, top 1 or 2. So all the facilities are available in the Department of Energy. So like that, if you observe here, now it is visible, right? Now it is clearer. 18 meters per second, 19 meters per second, 22 meters per second. By 22 meters per second, we reach it to the cutout. You just look at here, this box. Is it clear? Okay. 20 also there till this point. 21 near to this point. By 21 and 22, it's reached. This box is 21 and 22. 20 is this box. Okay. 21 is, for example, 22. So beyond that, okay, beyond that 21 and 22. So after 20, we are moving to the cutout region. Is it clear? All of you are able to see here. So every instant, the turbine speed is mentioned, wind speed is mentioned, time versus power during the evening time 17 to 17:40 to evening 5 to 5:40. We carried out around 35 minutes to 40 minutes. This wind turbine. This is at rooftop also there. The same configured we are having in the down here. This is the similar to that. This is a Solar Tech lab. At every moment they use it to capture that one. Actually, these are the readings to obtain. This is the wind interface box connecting. Okay, this is the figure. Okay, this photo speaks while it is rotating. This is the photo while rotating that wind turbine. I told you, right? So I told you initially it is in the white color, but when it is rotating, the color will appear because backside it is there. So while it is rotating, everything will be closed. So somewhere and one side it is experienced to that wind starting from 3 meters per second to about 20 meters per second. So we will experience cutout region to, okay, less than cut-in wind speed to cutout region. Okay, this is the practical wind turbine sheet. Okay, this is Senvion based and few more sheets are there with me. I'll share with you. See, we can discuss theoretical concepts, but very rarely we can get this. This is actually confidential information from Senvion. They have handover. They will hand over only while they design one particular wind turbine. But we had an MOU with that Senvion company to Politecnico di Milano. So my research guide in Italy, he actually, while requesting him, he shared this documents with me. I have 4 or 5 similar documents. So here 3 kilowatts, okay, 3000 kilowatts. That means 3 megawatts wind turbine. The cut-in wind speed is 3 meters per second, nominal wind speed rated. I told you, right, around 12. So they designed for 11.5. Once again, I'm telling this design aspect vary from country to country. Just you look at here, what is the operating temperature? Minus 20 to 35 centigrade degrees. The Germany-based company, in the Germany and Italy, the side by side, even we can travel from Italy to Germany, even in buses. Buses also available from Italy to Germany, and trains and flights. Anyhow, here minus 20 to 35. Especially at that particular area, more than 35 centigrade degrees generally not possible in general. So they will design for 35. But they want to design for Indian environment, they have to design from 0 to 50. In India, less than 0, majority of the places, especially you just forget about Kashmir, except 1 or 2 cases. But in general, India 0 to 50 centigrade degrees is acceptable. Yes or no? 50 centigrade degrees chance is there in summer. Almost in Telangana itself, we are getting almost 45 and 46. Somewhere Rajasthan maybe 50. So like that in Indian environment, we have to change. Instead of minus 20 to 35, 0 to 50, based upon material. Restart cut-in, cutout speed is 22, the design as 22. So like the rotor diameter, how it is, stepped area, everything, electrical system. So this is the specification he mentioned. This is the wind power curve. That's what initially in the slide number 12 or 13, this slide is there. This is the, he has given, this is the output curve. So if it is operated at this around 12, you will get this 3 megawatts. Is it clear, right? It's visible. 3000 megawatts, where it is at 12 meters per second. So like that. Okay, I'm completing the PPT. I'm going to the some practical demonstration. Is it okay? So questions after demonstration. Okay. Shall I go to that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So different type of the wind data, how I acquired. Is it visible? Is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yeah. So this data I have collected from NREL. Okay. NREL is the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, USA. From that I have taken. Okay. One thing I want to mention. So before that, I went to CVET. Any one of you working? Actually, Rupesh sir told me that some of the research scholars are working in the especially forecasting area. Anybody is working on wind forecasting? Okay.
I was working for
Okay.
solar, sir, not wind.
Solar, okay. So why I'm asking for wind forecasting means, when I started, joined it PhD in 2011, almost at that time 1 year coursework. We do not do work, but some literature we used to carry out. After that, in 2012, after finishing of that coursework, almost 14 credits. In 2012 beginning, my guide told me that you can search for a real data. I seen about the CVET, Center for Wind Energy Technology. It is in Chennai, Tambaram Road, Chennai. So they use it to handle all this practical wind data collection. Actually, I approached there, but the policy document what they are using, according to that, they are unable to share. They have some told in that way, so I haven't considered that data. Okay, but I went for 1 day. I interacted with them at what way they are working around in 2012. CVET actually in Chennai. So finally, the terms and conditions for my work. In fact, I want to work there for a few days, but they are unable to accept. Let it be for their policies. Okay. So finally, I collected this data. So here, the 10 minutes average wind sample data. So here, you just see the beauty of wind selection. Next, I will tell again the same thing in the solar also. Here, how many samples you will get is 52,000 plus samples. You just look at here. If I was correct, yes, 52,706. Do you know what? How you are getting 52,706? Okay, 52,704. You just remove first two. If it is 52,000, because numbering start from 3, 52,704. How 52,704 means actually how many hours that you are having? 8,760. Roughly multiplied by 6. 8,700 roughly multiplied by 6 is around 52,000 change. Okay. Why multiplied by 6 means, for 1 year, how many hours? I already mentioned in the beginning, 8,760 hours. That 8,760 hours into 6 means 52,000 change. Why that 6 is, instead of considering 1 hour data, they have taken 10 minutes average data. Okay. They have considered 10 minutes average data. So if you go to that, at that time, it was accessible. At present, I don't know. I able to collect 2004. That remaining years I am unable to download. So finally, so every sample is that 10 minutes average sample. That means first 0 to, let's say, do you know the meaning of 2004? 010 means 2004. Okay, so 2003 December 31st. After that, 12 o'clock means 2004. The 2004 January 1st night 12 o'clock means we'll enter into January 1st 12 to 12:10 data, 12:10 to 12:20 data, 12:20 to 12:30 data. So like that, if you keep on changing, they will change. So like that, for 1 day, how many samples you will be having? 144 samples. After 144 samples, it will become 2. 144 means 146 first two samples are not there. So like that, the second day you came to the day 2. This is first month, first day, first month, second day. So that means January 2nd. So like that, they have collected first 12 to 12:10 night. Okay, that average sample data they have collected, and they will they have note down. So like that, the anemometer. So how to collect that data means the anemometer will be there, sensors will be there, everything automatically the note down will be there. The technology might be there. That's a US related data. So what I want to tell you is that like that they have taken 52,706 samples of 1 year, complete for 1 year. If you go to the end, 12th month, 31st. Okay, 12th month 31st means December 31st. Starting from January 1st to December 31st, all these samples, almost like 52,000 change samples. This is 2005 January 1st date also. This we have copied. That should not come here. Okay, let it be. At least by that, looking at that, you can understand that. So immediately next sample is the 2005 year 2005. Computer based operated, everything, it will be noted down like that. So like that, the wind data is collected. So different wind data. So the same, I think the same. Yeah, this is Italian 2009 data. Okay, so 31/12/2009, December 31st. So like that, this is the Italian data, 2009 and 2010 and 2011. This is our wise, I think. So like that, we have collected different data. We'll go to the solar data, the solar power, PV data. Yeah, sensor derangement. This is nothing but radiation. Okay, so irradiation. Irradiation is 0 till this point, 434, 45. After 5 o'clock, slowly irradiation starts. 9.71 watt per meter. The same, this highlighted is irradiation units are watt per meter square, right? The same, it is in the watt per meter square. Okay, the same thing I am representing here. 9.71, I am highlighting here. This data I have considered solar irradiation. So like that, the data, irradiation, and what are the parameters? Temperature. So irradiation, temperature, panel temperature. So like that, we have a different practical data. Just now I shown the result. This is the data. Next I will show you the programs, how it has been executed. So like that, the different samples of data we are having. After that, executed 1 or 2 papers also I shown you how we have considered into the papers. Okay.
Whether the data is recorded data or it is the propagated data from the program.
So actual practical data are collected from that particular plant.
Okay. Suppose
Okay.
at our college we have installed capacity of 100 kilowatt solar. So
Sir.
whatever the data that we have for a duration of 1 year, we can consider and we can apply the things.
Definitely, sir. And it's
Okay,
going
okay.
to be the really worthy.
Okay.
Why? Because rather than collecting somewhere else, definitely at every moment, if you have that particular every information to collect recording things will be there. So every instant that you can able to manage. Only if you went for publication or if you go for any funding project, you have to show the proofs, how you have collected, how it has been tabulated, that everything that with 1 or 2 pictures, photographs, that details, that more than enough for going for any publication. So this is the PV data average. So in the PV data average, okay, anyhow, MATLAB is open, very PV program. I'll just show you a simple program. Okay, so whatever the data that we are having is a 15 minutes. Okay, beginning I mentioned in the PPT, maybe in the where I'm discussing for 4th or 5th slide, I mentioned 15 minutes average. So here, that 15 minutes average, I'm having total 35,036 samples. Okay, 35,036 samples. Why 35,036 samples? Simple. I already mentioned how many hours? 8,760. Multiplied by 4 is nearly around 35,036, more or less. Okay, 35,036. What is this 35,036 means? If you, how many 15 minutes in years? 35,036 times 15 minutes. Okay, that is the 15 minutes average data. What I want to do is I want to convert into 1 hour data. Okay, I want to convert into 1 hour data. That's the reason why 1 to 4 to 35,036. I'm just averaging. Okay, sample 1, sample I plus 1 is sample 2, I plus 2 is the sample 3, I plus 3 is the sample 4 divided by 4. Just it's a hands-on session, so that's the reason why this is not a much interesting thing, but let me tell you. So like that, I consider for 1 hour. You can ask me, sir, why you consider for 1 hour? Why I consider for 1 hour means prior to reaching there, we have done a wind forecasting. Okay, prior to reaching there, prior to reaching Italy, I went to Italy in my third year, PhD third year. By the time we completed one work here, so 1 hour based wind data we have collected. 10-minute sample just now I have shown you, right? The 10-minute sample we converted into 1 hour. Okay, the 10-minute sample converted to 1 hour, we have executed it. Okay, we have executed it. So like that, if I want to make any comparison, the same thing, the same comparisons I have to make. I have to convert into 1 hour. Same again, I have to come back to 8,760. So here they have given 15 minutes data. That 15 minutes data I converted to 1 hour. Okay, I converted to 1 hour and I made this. Okay, next I'll show you a few more programs. So input sample means the same, the MATLAB, that input sample will be there. Input PV data in, okay, this one. Why these zeros will come in between? Repetitively these zeros will come. Why? Definitely 12 hours you will have the irradiation. Remaining 12 hours almost it's zero, right? Here one more consideration will be there. The value is very low, we will round off it to 0. Okay, the value is very low, we will round off it to 0, that irradiation. So almost 50% of the data will comes to zeros. So while in forecasting, you can do in this way. You can take these samples, you can neglect night samples, because time based, time means day and night, every samples will come. Consider first 50%, next 50%, do not consider next 50%, like that. Only day-wise samples you can consider and you can execute. Selective samples I'll give into the forecasting applications. Okay, so different time based, so 27th December. So this program and that Excel sheet, after that merging for different days. Okay. I told you right, multi-resolution analysis. What is multi-resolution analysis? I'll show you. Is it visible right here? What is the expression here? Sum A2 to Z2. So here you want to forecast in the 9-level sample, you might have seen in the PPT, D1 to D9 and S9. You just look at here. This is A2. A2 is this sample. A2 to J2. That means A2, B2, C2. All summation will be here. If you click here, this is simple value, but if you click here, the multiplication. The multi-resolution analysis, each and every individual signal, that D1 components, D2 components, D3 components. That means signal is having this one. Then what is the D1, D2? The multi-resolution analysis, you have to decompose and individual signal is forecasted and finally added. That software I already told you, the MATLAB, you should have WMTSA, wavelet method for time series analysis, in order to proceed this one. But all values, everything I placed in Excel, I use it to calculate like that, different values. Okay, I'll show you the clearly. Okay, let's say Mexican had 7 level. Mexican had 7 level. Okay, if you want to program also, I will show you D1, D2, D1 out, D1. This is the D1 program. Similar to the D1 program. Similar to the D1 program. You should have MODWT in your MATLAB, the installed one. We have to install, the procedure is there. So after that, we can write for the D1. After D1, okay, D2. You can write for D1. Similarly, you can execute it for only 1 or 2 changes. Only D1 to D2, that change that we have to incorporate, and the similar coding that you have to do. So after D1 and D2 and everything, if you want the output of that, let's say D1 output you want, okay? If you want D1 output, the values will be there, okay? Like that. D1 program, I already mentioned the MRA, each and individual is forecasted separately. This D1 is forecasted separately. This is the D1. So after that, you can get D2, D3, all the individuals. So finally, this is the Excel. Forecasting whatever the view forms that we have shown. I first generate it from the Excel itself. After I'll select like this, actual and forecasted. By taking this one, the Excel will give you the map. Okay, this D1 0.026. Just now we have seen, right? Okay, 0.026, 0.03, some minus 0. The same one, 0.026, 0.03, minus 0. The same one. D1 I'll copy here, D2 I'll copy here. So from A5, from here. Sorry, where? Yeah. Okay, this is M5. Till this point, we'll calculate here. Okay, till this point, we'll calculate here. Afterwards, we'll merge M5, N5, Q5. So we'll get the final results. Like that, if you take anything, let's say Morlet 8 level. Let's say Morlet 8 level. Similarly, program. After that, we have to create one Excel. Okay. Just a 301 sample. Okay. This ABC. Okay. And we have to add all these things. So finally, you will get the original value with this one. We have to add this one. So like that, each and every case I forecasted. Okay. We have to forecast individually. Last, we take this one and we'll close.
म्हणल्यात मला मीटिंग सांग सांगू दे ना
Directly the value.
आपण छान जाणार आहोत नाही द्यायचं का
So directly here, directly the values are taken, but that is the procedure. Individually, we have to take and we have to add. Yeah, but directly the values were considered here. This value is a combination of, if it is 8 level, A1 to A7, D7. If it is 9 level, A1 to A8, and everything will be adjusted. So last, only a few cases only have a consider. In the remaining cases, directly the final value. Okay. Right here. The A5, B5, C, D, E, G, all these were added. This is the 7 level. 7 level means D1 to D7 and S. So like that, everything is added. Like it is at the 8th position. Means all the samples in the row wise. Automatically, if you program in Excel, everything will be added. So that is about the wavelets. The individual programs time, but accuracy will be multiple programs. It is 7 level means D2, you just look at here, D1, D1 out, D7, D7 out, D6, D6 out. So like that, D3, D3 out. So like that, D1, D2, D3, D4, like that individually. We have to change 1 or 2, just nomenclature, same. And BPA, you go to the BPA program. Corrected, it may be the final program, I think. Okay. This is the BPA program for close 1 or 2 by this multiple. So BPA program. In the BPA program, we have selected. So initially we have to define. So initially while I am doing the programs, this is the initial program. So long back, maybe in 2011-12. So at that time, this is not 30 inputs, 45 hidden and later. So these results were so poor. Actually, we have taken 50 inputs, hidden nodes are 10, output is 1. Okay, the results were so poor. I told you, right? So I'm considering 30, 45, 1 means. So why we have considered that values 30, 45 and 1? So prior to that, many attempts were made. The final attempts, finally we come to a conclusion that actually in one of the literature we have seen there is empirical relation between input to hidden is 1.5 times, whereas the inputs are 50, hiddens are 10. The accuracy was so poor. The accuracy was so poor. We executed. We have normalized initially the normalization procedure, afterwards calculating the error, afterwards calculating the weights. That procedure V and W we have seen. Input nodes to hidden nodes is V, hidden nodes to output nodes is W. So after that, error correcting formula, calculation of error correcting formula, 1 by 1 plus e to the power of minus x. This is nothing but hidden layer. I told you there was a hidden layer. So that calculation, so like that. So finally, the BPA, we tried with 30 inputs, 45 hidden. The changes we have made. The initial programs were long back programs. Here also more or less that one will be there. BPA modified. So multiple programs, and here you just look at 24 inputs, 36 hidden. By here we come to a conclusion. Okay, 1.5 times. So 24 to here it is a 36. So 24 here we have written right number of input nodes, number of hidden nodes are 30, output node is 1. So like that, multiple programs we have made, and finally we fix it to, it took almost like 1 year for fixing parameters and finalizing with BPA. It took almost like 7 to 8 months. After that SCNN, after that AWNN. It took almost this coding 1.5 year work, almost 2 years work for forecasting. The forecasting is only 50% of my thesis, not complete. It took 2 hours. Apart from literature, it took almost like 2 years. With the literature, almost like 2.5 years by that time, 2.5 to 3 years. This is the forecasting study. So, MATLAB itself is closed. So what I want to tell you is, initially nobody is getting expert with the system. You have to live with the system. You train number of times. The failures are the stepping stones for the success. Number of times you have to attempt, and finally somewhere you have to get the values. And you can't, why I'm sharing this one is, you can't work with these programs. These programs are for particular my application. Okay, is nowhere useful. Generally nobody will share the PhD programs or something like that. I'm sharing because it won't be useful to you, much useful. You can't copy, you can't do with them anything. But only thing I'm explaining you in what way I'm considering in the MATLAB, the Excel, how the values are tabulated, finally how I'm selecting, and all these things I'm telling you in that way. One more thing I want to wind turbine data sheets. Just give me a minute. I'll have a few quick data sheets. Generally, you won't get these data sheets that much easy unless a person working in relevant industry, they can share. This is a 3 megawatts. Just now we have seen already. So next we have seen. This is 3.2 megawatts. Same 3 meters per second, 12 meters per second, 22 minus 20 centigrade degrees, 35 centigrade degrees. So its diameter, rotor swept area. So automatically you just see what is the diameter and what is the rotor swept area. You just go to the previous. What is the diameter? What is the rotor swept area? So they will vary. So rest of the things almost same. So I think previous case it is 12, it is 11.5. Majority of the case remaining things are same. So electrical system, the sound power level, everything has given how much power it is produced, even decibels, 104 decibels, everything they will mention in the data sheets. This is 3.4 megawatts. I think this is 6.2 means somewhere here we will get offshore. Yeah, I told you right. 6.2 means generally in onshore at that time. This data I have collected in 2014. By the time there was no such wind turbine. I don't think by 2020 or 2021 also onshore 6 megawatts is there or not. Okay, but by that time, I can pretty guarantee you that there is no onshore of 6 megawatts more than C6.2. Okay, the same wind turbine, it is offshorely designed for 11.5 meters per second is sufficient to get the rated power, whereas in onshore 12 meters per second is required because the density is more in the case of offshore. That's what I mentioned. This diameter also more. Even hub height will be more. Based on hub height only, if you want to design more diameter, you have to maintain the hub height more based upon the simple force balance calculation, design criteria. The civil engineers will tell the reason. Okay. Okay. This is the power characteristics. Cutout is 30. You just look at here. Cutout onshore is different, offshore is different. The same can be designed for onshore and offshore. See here where they're located in the middle of the ocean. Is it visible, right? Mid of the ocean. We have collected 5 or 6. Do you know the 6 wind turbines? They were manufactured 1, 2, 3, almost like this 8 wind turbines they were manufacturing during that time. Okay. So in my new laptop, I copied in 15 February 2017. I have collected in almost like March 2014. I have collected from them 6.2. This is wait, what is this? Nominal power 2 megawatts more or less. Okay, 3.5, 14.5 nominal. You just see everywhere 11.5, 12 for this particular wind turbine, 14.5 because this is designed for this location. That location wind speed they have considered and everything. Okay, most probabilistic wind speed, everything based upon that they will design. Okay, here it is 25, somewhere 30, somewhere 22. Yes or no? Now, do you get the idea? Your cutout speed and rated speed and cutout speeds are different to the different wind turbines. Last we'll see random at a glance. 2000 for it can be designed for 50 hedges and 60 hedges. So 50 hedges means 2 megawatts, 3 meters per second, 22. You look at the cutout speed is 22 here. You just look at. Okay, for 50 is like this, 60 it is like this. 2 performance characteristics he has given. Diameter is 100. Temperature, even it is 40 centigrade degrees. Previously 25, it is for 40. So like that. So here the generator used is doubly fed induction generator. The previous cases may be SCIG, but majority of the times people will use doubly fed induction generator. But here in another cases we will see which generator they will use. Doubly fed induction generator. Majority cases doubly fed induction generator. Here all majority case. That is more advantageous. Doubly fed induction generator. So this is about the few of the practical wind turbine sheets. Okay. So I told you that we'll discuss in the paper also. The paper, this one, Leonardo Electronic Journal of Practices and Technologies. This was the paper published in 2014. Adaptive Wavelet Neural Network, AWNN for wind speed and solar power forecasting for Italian data. So here a native Warangal faculty and Italian people, this Marco Musetta, Sonia Leva, Francisco Grimacci and all these people along with the Shalaja Kumari madam at present a native Warangal head of the department, EEE department, and Saidul sir is a senior professor in the department. So it became a collaborative work in the 2014 when I went to Italy. My here guide is Shalaja madam at the time and Saidul sir is a co-guide. There also that is a research panel. So the collaborated work we worked out. This is a methodology. What is the methodology in this paper? Wavelets are used for wind speed and solar power forecasting, a Morley 8 level decomposition. So finally our analysis, what we concluded, a Morley 8 level is the best suited that we have used. Okay. So where we have to get this data, the BV data analytics refer to the plant located in Legno region near Vebato, central Italy and 132 meters from above sea level. That is also they mention from where they are taking about the sea level, number of wind samples, how many, solar samples, how many, wind samples represent hourly paced, and solar samples 15 minutes. But here we have done the work for 15 minutes, but later we had made average to 1 hour, and we have done the study furtherly. Okay, this is initially we have done like this, the same network, whatever the network, the same Mexican hat, sorry, same Morlet wavelet and wavelet neural network is the calculation. The detailed algorithm after, okay, you just see this process proceeds to D1 to Dn and S7, and denotes the level. Okay, every 7 level means D1 to D7 and S7. So like that, we have developed a clear algorithm, and this results AP calculations were made. And it's a simple paper, not that much worthy, but at that time we have done. So like that. In SCNN also, I told you, right? Just give me a minute. Okay. Even I will show you that. By that I'll conclude. SCNN. Okay. You just see here in the SCNN, the detailed procedure. That time I promised you, one of you. First initially BPNN, right, SCNN. This much methodology is there in the SCNN. Okay. This much methodology. Sum of squares of minimization of sum of squares of weighted deviation. This is the objective, a calculation. After that, there will be Gauss elimination method. So mathematical approach. We have taken 30, right? 80 by 30, 80 patterns, 30. This one, if you want to calculate for B by using the Gauss elimination, we will calculate this approach R inverse of the Gauss elimination. B is equal to A effective into J effective. Like that, V is the input to hidden, is calculated like this. After that, calculation of hidden to output, that is the W. The W can be calculated in this way. See, first this algorithms, first we have to design the algorithm. According to the algorithm, we have to create the program. This is nothing but same backpropagation algorithm only. That modifications in between, we have to use the Gauss elimination to fix the weights, and we have to fix the weights, completed the weights. After that, weight iteration is not required. Detailed algorithm. So normalize, evaluate, that calculate Z effective. After that, how to calculate different 16 steps in detail. Results in discussion for this one. So this is about SC NN paper. Okay. I told you that I'll finish the lecture by 3:30. After that, I'll give half an hour of time. Almost it's 3:30. Now it's time for questionnaires. If you have any doubts and discussions, we can ask.
Participants can have queries if you have. You can even
So
post in chat box.
one of you missed a few questions they want to ask. So anybody, now they can interact.
Yes, sir.
So I'll share this PPT. Okay, I'll share this PPT to Sir, Rupesh sir.
If anyone having questions, please raise. Otherwise, we can conclude.
Morning session have written multiple questions. That could be the reason I summarize my presentation, finished by 3:30. At least I have to spend some half an hour of time in the afternoon for only for questionnaires. Okay, morning people were so enthusiastic, but coming to afternoon, what happened? That's the reason why, in fact, Rupesh sir also told me, sir, afternoon session everybody eat and they may have the drowsy nature, so that is the reason why we put this hands-on session. In addition to that, I added him hands-on session followed by questionnaires. We'll shift to the afternoon. But none of you are responding. So how to get the yeah.
So there was a question, how to get the data of a particular location?
Madam, I already told you just now. Actually, if you want to get any particular location wind data, you have to go to the CVET. Center for Wind Energy Technology website. You can contact members will there. You can approach them. Sometimes they can provide data on normal basis. Sometimes based on some amount we have to pay the government of India only. They will provide. So location wise, but the terms and conditions are different. We have to work for them for that particular reasons only they will provide. Otherwise, we have a NREL website. Okay, National Renewable Energy, www.nrel.in something, and few more websites are available. If you just Google it, you may get majority of the data are confidential. They are not giving. Only few data are accessible. That's the problem. Okay, so and the best way is, if you want to work on wind data, go and meet any wind locations in United Andhra Pradesh. I think Anantapur side we have the turbines. Tamil Nadu side we have the wind turbines. In a particular location, if you go and meet them, they may provide the data. That is the best. Otherwise, just now one of the faculties sir was asking that actually we have the rooftop solar of 100 kilowatts. In fact, we had in the kids also we have a 400 kilowatts power plant. Okay, and actually unfortunately we are unable to get the data. Why? Because that is third parties. Some for first 5 or 6 years they are taking care of. They are recording that thing is not there. In future that we have to make it possible. Okay, we have to collect the data at least 10 minutes average or 15 minutes average, 1 hour, whatever. If we get the 10 minutes average data, we can just in the MATLAB, we can make it to 1 hour data, whatever. Initially, we have to get the data. We have that option to get the data, any practical data, any rooftop solar or wind data that can be usable. But if you want to know particular location means some sites you can get, but majority of the times it is showing as a confidential. So getting data is not that much simple, but we can try in certain places there may be chance to get.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions?
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Sir. Yeah, please, sir, tell me.
Sir, you have written the coding for each decomposition, that level 1, level 2, level 3 and all, and you have shown the results in Excel sheet. So anyhow, for that Excel sheet, to get the values in Excel sheet, you have to write the this one coding. So that for that coding, definitely we required algorithm.
Yes, sir.
Basic algorithm.
Yes, sir. Basic algorithm we should prepare.
Yeah. So that that is what morning I was asking, sir. So for that basic algorithms, so that you have used the supervised learning programmings and unsupervised learning programmings. So these type of algorithms.
Only supervised, sir. In my case, only supervised.
Yeah. This type of algorithms. So we want to know, sir, basic what from where we can get this. Basic algorithms.
In my case, it was from literature only. So while I started my work in 2012, there was a paper, Adaptive Neural Network for Wind Speed Forecasting. It is an IEEE transaction on sustainable energy from IIT Kanpur. That actually that PhD person is now JNTU faculty. Sir name I forget. Actually, TechPip he went there. I approached him personally. I met him. I went to CVET, I went to IIT, I asked him to meet in Kanpur. Sir said that my proper is Nizamabad. I went to Nizamabad. So
Yadaya, sir? Dr. Yadaya?
No, not Dr. Yadaya. I will tell his name, sir. Recently become associate, sir. 2012, he was a PhD scholar under SN Singh.
Okay.
And now at present he is a JNTU faculty, JNTU Hyderabad faculty in EEE department. I think he become associate. Sir was very kind enough. I used to call him multiple times, 100 times also I called him. I approached him personally. I met him in Nizamabad. I forget sir name, sir, but so I met him.
Sir. No issue. So I can get the information either from Dr. Surya Kalavati ma'am or Dr. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. No problem.
Sir name is Khanna Bhaskar. Sir name is Khanna Bhaskar. He is having one IEEE transaction paper published in 2011 regarding adaptive wavelet neural network. That was my literature paper. I have taken multiple literatures. In that, he explained wavelets. taking into that consideration, I modified according to my work. I have taken that even the data, 2004 NREL data also sir has given. Remaining all practical data, I consider myself. So I went to CVET, I went to Italy. So there different places, different people helped me. So like that I collected through the literature only. Through the literature.
Sure, sir. Sure. Okay, nothing
Go
but
on to the
readily, yeah, readily available algorithms are not there anywhere.
Readily algorithm means by today evening or tomorrow morning, I'll suggest a book regarding the optimization techniques.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
There is a methodology. Okay, sir. There is a methodology, but related to your application means you have to modify that program.
Yeah,
Sir
exactly,
name is
exactly.
Kanna Bhaskar. You got the idea? Sir name is Kanna Bhaskar. I think recently he become last time maybe after my PhD also. So I called him and told last call maybe around 2016. I called to him. Kanna Bhaskar, sir.
Maybe. So I have not seen. Why? Because I am a alumni of JNTU Hyderabad 1996.
Sir joined maybe in JNTU 2006 or 2007, sir. He went to PhD.
That's what I don't know.
10 to 14, he went to PhD in IIT Kanpur.
That paper is when it has published, sir? Please, can I get that information?
2011.
2011. Okay, sir.
2011.
IEEE transactions.
IEEE transactions on sustainable energy or IEEE transactions on power systems.
Okay.
I don't remember. Regarding adaptive wavelet neural network for forecasting applications or something. Title will be like that.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So there is another question. How reliable is to predict the future wind output based on the present data?
How reliable means based upon the methods, madam. Just now we have seen in some methods. We have seen in the beginning traditional method 13.8, 13.9. Later we can able to reduce it to some methodologies 6.8 to 6.9. So based upon considering the data, again if we can add to the data more number of NWP, numerical weather prediction based humidity and all these things, we can manage till 5%, madam. Till 5% accuracy. So 5% error, that means 95% accuracy also we can maintain the proper forecasting techniques and proper data.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions from participants? Okay. Sir, I think we can wind up for today. So the session was remarkable, sir. Very remarkable.
Thank you.
And we had everything about the forecasting methods and the basics of the various algorithms of neural network. And the one I heard that adaptive wavelet neural network, excellent that, mind-blowing classes you have given us. And,
but first of all, let me thank to BYRIT Women Management and Sunil sir and Rupesh sir is always coordinating with me in a nice manner. Even HOD sir is Sunil sir, I think.
Yes,
Am I wrong?
Yes, sir. No,
yeah,
sir.
Yeah.
He's,
sir also called me. Sir also called me personally. So thank you for giving me opportunity, because in the session, majority of the faculty are from IIT and NIT I have seen. Okay. So I am working in a Kakatiya Institute, though you are giving me an opportunity. So really thank you very much, madam. And one thing I can promise you that they can take my PPT. I can, if 1 or 2 corrections are there, I'll finalize and I send. And one more thing, by today evening itself, I'll send the PPT, the finalized PPT, and that book, that optimization techniques book. If possible, that screenshot I'll ask my friend that I will share with the people. Last, before closing the session, one thing I want to tell you. So you can ask me, sir, you have done that work and this work, majority of the things have done. So what we can do in the future for the forecasting? For that people, I can advise you that you can work on SVM, support vector machine. Support vector machine based. Support vector machine is such an application. I have a very little literature long back I have done. It is for separation of data. SVM can be used for separation of data for regression analysis. So like that, sir, in future, I can assure you that artificial intelligence machine learning. Okay, coming to such an extent that, so as electrical people, we have to learn that things. Okay, we are at present, sir, how this data is useful to study? Can anybody tell me that question, madam? One of the
Yeah, one
participants is
second, one
asking the
second.
question.
How this data is useful to study stability issues to integrate large-scale wind farm to conventional grid.
Good. May I know the participant name, ma'am? Was asking that question.
Mr. Vishnuvardhan Yadav.
Okay. This is more relevant question. Vishnu sir, let me tell you one thing. My PhD thesis was wind power grid integration issues. In that, first 2 units was a forecasting related. Third unit is a stability. Fourth unit, stability means a small signal stability and transient stability. Okay, after that, fourth unit is a demand side management. In the 200 pages thesis, majority of the portion is forecasting. I planned in such a way that forecasting, based upon the forecasting study, this much generation is produced. That will be grid integrated to the grid. And for the grid stability studies, we have done by using PMSG, SCIG, and DFH, doubly faded permanent magnet and synchronous induction generator. After that, we have done demand side management. Demand side management is completely different. We just connected to these studies. How your data related to the stability means, with proper estimating the data, the forecasted wind power, what is there, that we have to connect it to the grid. So while we are connected to the grid, whether the grid is able to withstand or not, further we have to simulate it. First we have to forecast it this much power. If we simulate that much power, the simulation we can able to test it. If we have any problem, let's say LVRT problem may arise, like low voltage ride through problem, how you can address. So rotor angle stability problem will come, how you can address. So what type of parameters we can change in the DFIG so that we can able to maintain the stability of the system. So like that, we have multiple papers in the literature. One of the good areas, stability aspects. Actually, mine is interconnecting, but only forecasting thesis are there, only stability studies. The grid integration, only stability studies. I've seen few theses only working on rotor angle stability. Only rotor angle stability. Very good papers. So like the stability aspect, small signal stability aspect, large scale wind integration. See, the small signal stability, this term is very important. Large scale wind integration means, what do you mean by small signal stability? Change in the small variations in the system. That may be with outage, that may be change in the generation. Okay, change in the generation and outage. So if you increase, if you increase the wind penetration to such an extent, sudden change in generation also lead to a stability. It's not come to transient stability. It will come to small signal stability. Large scale wind integration leads to small signal stability. So like that, so multiple aspects are there in the stability related issues.
Thank you, sir.
If you
Thank
have
you.
any particular problem, that person can, Vishnuvardhan Yadav sir, you can speak to me if you have any particular problem. Am I addressed to your exact problem, or still if you have any ambiguities in that particular area?
Thank you. Clear பண்ணிட்டாரு. அப்ப கூட இல்ல NCD அதுல ஸ்பேஸ் கிளியர் ஆயிடுச்சு. NCD 3 இயர்ஸ்ல ஸ்பேஸ் கொடுத்துட்டாரு.
Okay. Still any questions, or shall we wind up the session?
Any more queries from participants? Okay. I think we'll, they are asking for your PPT, sir. Definitely it will be shared.
Definitely, ma'am. That's what I promised. The PPT and that book. The book may be delayed because my friend has to send that name. PPT is in my hand. I'll send before leaving. I'll leave to my home around 5 o'clock. Before that, I'll send.
Sure,
I'll mail
sure.
to Rupesh.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And
Thank you,
we
ma'am.
expect the same spirit as well as the enthusiasm in future events along with us also. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Thank
sir.
you, ma'am. Sure. Definitely. Shall I close, ma'am?
Yes, yes, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Posting. Feedback link will be posted in WhatsApp group as well as here chat box. You can fill the feedback by 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. it will be closed. Thank you, everyone. I'll be posting PPTs by the end of the day.
Thank you once again, all participants. See
So
you
that
tomorrow morning.
feedback form asking the permission.
What
Request.
permission is asking?
You need to access. Request access is not
Okay, okay.
given.
I'll check, sir. I'll check.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
We'll check it and send you again in the WhatsApp group also, sir. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, is there any only one feedback link for all the 3 sessions?
No, ma'am. Every day I'll be posting the feedback link at the end of the day itself.
Yes, sir. For all the 3 sessions, there is only
Yes.
one feedback link.
Yes, yes. 2 speakers, na ma'am. So I mentioned 2 speakers' names over there itself. So you can give separate feedbacks for 2 speakers.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
My name is Nalini Kiran, sir. I am not added in WhatsApp group, sir. I didn't get any alert message in WhatsApp that I added.
Yeah, actually, we have given WhatsApp group link at the end of the Google form which you have filled. I think you missed it. So you can mail me, madam, regarding this WhatsApp group, or you can personally contact, ping me in WhatsApp so that I can give you the WhatsApp link.
Sir, your name is Rupesh, sir, no, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I'll ping you, sir. I'll ping you.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Whoever missed the WhatsApp group link, they can ping me personally so that I can give you the WhatsApp link.